You know, James has been talking about so many things in the Christian life. He's been talking about trials, and he's been talking about temptation, and he's been talking about the tongue, a hearer of the Word of God. He's been talking about being a doer of the Word of God and not deceiving ourselves. And then he says this. He said, if anyone thinks he is religious and does not bridle his tongue, but deceives his heart, this person's religion is worthless. Religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this, to visit widows and orphans in their affliction, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. You know, one of the first things he says is, listen, you want to know that you are walking and standing firm in the Christian faith, then bridle your tongue. It is so easy for us to be slanderous with our words and to gossip. And it's so easy for us to tear down rather than build up. And he says, look, the person who says that he's religious, the person who says that he's a believer, yet he uses his tongue to harm other people, ultimately what he's saying to you is, he's lying to you. Because the only thing that we really have to glorify God is our bodies and our mouths. And he's saying that you need to use your tongue to build up and not tear down. And he says this. He said, this is pure and undefiled religion before God, to visit orphans and widows in their affliction and to keep oneself unstained from the world. You know, there's a real concern in the book of James that we wouldn't show partiality, that we wouldn't show favor to this one person and then this person who has nothing, that we would reject them or not give them any attention. So he says, this is pure and undefiled religion. Take care of the orphans and the widows. You know, that principle was grounded in the Old Testament. That God was very, very particular with his people. That he said, I love you and I've shown grace to you in your neediness, and I want you to show grace to others in the same way. And then he says this. He says, I want you to keep yourself unstained from the world. You know, Christ said that we're to be in this world, but not of this world. In the book of 1 John, John said that all that is in this world, the lust of the eyes and the lust of the flesh and the boastful pride of life are not from the Father, but from the world. You and I need to be able to be in this world, to impact this world with the gospel, but to not be spotted and stained by this world. How do we do this? Well, we ask God by his Spirit to separate us and allow us to live as his purified children in a world that is filled with sin. This only comes as you walk by the Spirit. Ask God for strength today to bridle your tongue, show mercy to the needy, and to not allow yourself to be stained by this world.